Hello guys and welcome down to the CoasterGen show, and today we have a fantastic guest, a familiar guest from all the shows that we did in the past. It's Chris from SCREWY. He's back. He's on YouTube. Look at that. He's back.
Hey.
And I might get an appearance from the dog as well, because it is in the thumbnail, so it might happen. How are you doing, dude?
Great to be back on the internet. Also, I just feel like, because I've been away from everything for about 2 months, I've just lost track. So I feel a bit lost.
He's actually spent that 2 months gathering all of them books.
Yeah, them books. That's an impressive library you've managed to, and the Globe as well. I love the Globe.
All those books, fan fictions of John Wardley.
Written by yourself as well?
As they should be.
Yes, as they should be. You should, what you call it, every time you do a video, just pretend to pull a book out.
Don't lie to us. There's a secret passageway behind that book.
Yeah, a vault sealed.
A vault sealed. Does it lead to here? Does it lead into here?
And today, of course, we're joined by Joe from Theme Park Insanity, Aaron and Mikhile, as well as Sean from PARKSPILL, and James. Say hi, James.
I'm finally here. Hi, James.
Are. Yeah, you are.
I didn't throw up like 2 minutes before you went live.
No, that was crazy. You just went really pale and just disappeared. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. Bye. What are you drinking there, Joe?
Good stuff.
It's not. It's bad for you. Everyone should stop drinking.
It's good. I've still got the cancer. All
this is now an intervention. All right.
It's an intervention.
It's not your fault, mate. It's all your fault.
Are you just saying that so there's more for you to buy, Luke?
Absolutely not. Yeah. Hello to everyone in the chat who's watching as well, and everybody who's watching on playback. Do leave some comments as well. If you've got any questions for either of us, please feel free, shoot away. So let's get in. Chris, you're back. How have you been? How has been the transition, you moving house and everything? You've been pretty vocal about that on social media. How's it going?
Stressful. I mean, now it's good because we're actually in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anyone can relate. Anyone who's moved from their first home to the second home can definitely relate.
I can completely relate. I know exactly where you're coming from.
But I won't drop any names, but solicitors, man, oh my God. 6 months it took. I think it was originally meant to move. It was aiming for May, but we ended up moving pretty much the beginning of this month. So that's why the past 2 months we've been in limbo, because I was half packing stuff for the videos and that. So I just thought I didn't need all of this stuff. Ready to get to the new house, and that's why it's took so long. but now I'm here, I've got to unpack it, so just give me another 2 months and then I'll get another video out.
2 months is ambitious. I think when I moved into my last flat, I genuinely still had stuff in boxes when I was moving out.
You're still going to be doing it 3 years down the line, mate.
Oh, a box? Where did that come from?
All you need to do is what I do, just never unpack. Keep everything in boxes. You can move quickly. They never find you.
I'll just leave it in the library.
That's why he's in a spooky library.
Where's it going to pop up next week? Stay tuned.
I don't know. Hello to everyone who's joined the chat. Thank you so much.
Just in a prison cell.
With Rita, like just in a Rita scene. In the test scene.
One story short. They found me.
What is that background anyway? Because he's got Rita. What is Rita that scary? Is this like a secret hidden story that we don't know about?
So, because you've been gone a while, I'll let you know. I have Rita channel Horror Story Times is my channel, mate. So I do kind of horror-based stories, and Rita was just a funny name. So let's move on.
Rita. Awesome. Yeah, well, Chris likes Rita though, so you're all good with that. You're all good. It's actually
best
really
coaster
good.
in the UK.
It's It's all good. It's a really good channel. If you guys haven't checked it out either, you should definitely check it out and subscribe. It's really good.
Absolutely.
It's fun. It's different.
That's a comment there.
Tell us how you really feel, Sam.
Rita is scary rubbish.
It's 2D stealth. Let's go.
It's 2D stealth.
No, don't mess with me, son. Jeez.
Yeah.
On that note, Rita Appreciation Society on Facebook, mate.
Oh no, you don't get that as well. No.
And
you know what? Since I've not unpacked and I've been here 8 years.
Oh my god!
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
No, with the Appreciation Society, I've noticed a couple other appreciation societies have popped up.
Yeah, mate. Trendsetter.
This is no offence to anyone who's invited me to any of them. I've been invited to a Hero Appreciation Society.
Oh, no. Come on.
I don't appreciate
it. You might as well be a blender enthusiast if you like Hero.
Of Rita, I love Rita, but Hero can just go in the bin, to be honest. I'm sorry. Let's get in the bin.
Literally get in the bin.
In the bin.
In the bin. Toss it in the bin. Monday, the bin men come, they'll chuck you in the bin, send you to France.
That's what it feels like. That's the experience of being on Hero. It's just being in the back of a bin lorry.
Underneath
the bin lorry.
That's actually awesome. I love that. Yeah. That was brilliant.
Yeah. I'm glad.
And you have to run alongside it to get in it as well. Like,
I'm glad.
Yeah. That's the worst thing about Heroes.
It is.
Like, they make you run, they make you work to get on that ride, and you're like, it's not even worth it. I'm just gonna give up.
I'm glad I chose to avoid not feeling how bad Hero actually is.
Mate,
what do you mean?
You have to
go
to
work
about
it.
Blind. Yeah.
I must be the luckiest person in the world to actually get the cred and it not be that bad of a ride. I don't need a second one. I don't need a second one to see it.
Yeah.
Mate, check the chat out. Hero is a work of art if the artist was blind. That's perfect. Chef's kiss.
Sam, I love Hero. Heart.
Come on, Sam.
Hero's great the reasons.
Sam is just here to cause trouble. He's just a trouble.
Get out.
Brilliant.
Moving on.
Oh no, he loves it. He loves it.
So speaking of coasters, before we came on air, we were talking about Fort Park, and we thought it might be a pretty cool discussion topic to just jump on for a couple of minutes, just talk about what we think could be next for Fort Park. In terms of coasters, Mikhile had some great ideas. Do you want to shoot with some of them that you had?
Zamperla Falera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zamperla Falera behind Swap. No. Yeah. What I would like to see. What I would like to see is just either a B&M Hyper behind. Like there's a plot of land like extending from near where Loggers Leap is all the way like behind the back of Nemesis Inferno, wasn't it?
The old railway track.
Yeah. A B&M Hyper along that plot of land would be my first choice. Something like a Mako or a Candemonium. I don't know if it'd be able to turn like left or right like Mako does, but for it to just go straight out and straight back like Candemonium, that would be nice. That would be my number one choice, like 100%. That's my number one choice. It ticks all boxes. It's a thrill coaster, a good quality thrill coaster, and it's a capacity monster. Like you can, like I've not been on a B&M Hyper that doesn't, just chew through queue lines.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
So that and to me, that's exactly what Thorpe needs. Like something that is going to appease everybody, from the enthusiasts to the the thrill-seeking general public and stuff, and that will take some of the crowds away from other coasters and stuff.
It's going with B&M for something like that. It's a safe investment. Like they know that it will just do the job. Like whereas with Intamin, you have issues and stuff like that, and they just need a B&M Hyper. End of.
I think they should go for a world record
Yeah.
World's largest waltzer on the island behind us. Like, take up the entire island with a giant waltzer.
World's largest
inflatable waltzer.
Can you imagine how long that would take you to do one circle around it, though?
Nah, it'd be mad.
I've got to agree that 55 showmen just
Yeah.
As Darren Brown.
I definitely feel like a B&M Hyper will be a good solid addition, and as someone said in the chat, it will make that skyline as well. It'll be something quite unique, something different.
The waltzer or the
no, definitely the Hyper, not the waltzer. The waltzer can,
a hyper waltzer, literally.
A hyper waltzer. There we go. That's interesting.
I mean, you've seen the carousels out front of some of the old Paramount parks that are owned by Six Flags and Cedar Fair, right? Like the double-decker carousels, or even like the double-decker carousel awesome, in front of Phantasialand. Like put something like that there, and make it like a hyper or giga carousel.
Like 14 floors.
Yeah,
yeah.
A 40-story carousel.
There's just a lift in the middle. You choose your floor.
Tower of Terror in the back of it. Yeah. Chris, what would you go for if you had free reign on FOP?
Another VR attraction.
Yeah.
Seriously. There's a lot of obvious answers I could choose. Like I've always been swaying towards like an RMC or a GCI. But in a way, I'm kind of feeling either one of the new Vacomas, like the Vacoma Shockwave, is it? I think, or actually like a large B&M flying coaster, like the one that's at Universal, would go really well
like
at Thorpe
like
Park.
A flying dinosaur.
Yeah, I could think because with Thorpe Park, I don't know how high they can build. You see, I don't know if they can pull off a hyper coaster or like a massive RMC.
Last I saw, they're not allowed to go higher than Stealth.
Yeah.
Stealth was the max limit that they've been set, basically.
There you go, 200 foot,
and they're even
flyer.
It's a push for them to even get approved for that now again.
Yeah. So I think it was a bit of a problem with Stealth. That's why they had to paint half of it dark and then the top.
The top
it had to be white.
Yeah, I feel like they could use the whole London Resort thing to their advantage, and you know what I mean. Like considering like London Resort are getting so many just like passes. Like, surely they could make an argument for that.
Well, they
like
tried
a sort of they're doing it, so why can't we kind of thing. You mean?
Yeah, I think so. Like, because they're getting a lot of. I think this is the problem. This is the issue that Merlin have had with the whole resort. Which
Harry.
I don't think is like talked about. I'm not saying like Merlin in the right for like going against it. I'm like, they need to compete at the end of the day. Like we know that. But
we out here,
I think they're annoyed that they've had to come against so many like barriers for how many years, and then like London Resort are like, we'll just build like Universal and then like just outside of
London Resort are hitting a lot of barriers.
Oh yeah,
they are, but it's from the whole jumping spiders thing, and it's
now they've just had another environmental impact thing.
But like that won't last. They'll just have to learn to
Isn't
deal
spiders
with it.
One from like last year?
But
that was from like 5 years ago.
But they are 100%.
Spiders are now in the zoo.
They are 100% getting like shortcuts. Like they are getting like a kind of like from the government and stuff. They're completely backing it because obviously for like tourism and stuff. So I think that's something to think about really. But like I say, like Merlin could use that to their advantage and be like, wow, why can't we get a pass for this?
Yeah,
I might be clutching at straws, but
in the grand scheme of things, if Thorpe Park pushes to like build bigger, more impressive coasters and London, it'll make London an even bigger tourist hotspot because people will be like coming to get to Thorpe Park for the new world's tallest whatever carousel. You know what I mean? So,
I'd love to know the figures. I've not really looked into it, but I'd love, because obviously this is what like Poland are like literally funding Energylandia for this exact reason, and I'd love to see like the tourism figures from like obviously pre-COVID. And see if that has actually like massively increased their tourism, because if it has, then there's there's an argument to be made for the same as London and being like,
I mean, that was their intention, wasn't it? Like, that's what they've.
They're literally building like Cedar Point, aren't they? Basically in Poland, that's what they're going for. So
let's be honest, Thorpe just need to make sure everything works before it gets anything else.
Yeah, man. Like the down, mate. Like the maintenance is an issue, man. Like I don't know what's going on with there, but it just seems like whack-a-mole when you go there. It's just like, oh, this has gone down next. Open.
You get smashed on the head, like
yeah.
I might love it or hate it.
Just make sure everything works, then get something new because you can't look after anything.
The B&M's always working though. That's it. The B&M's. There never seems to be an issue with them.
Yeah.
Swarms down sometimes.
Not that much, man.
Just saying.
Sometimes.
In fairness.
Just saying.
Sometimes it's down.
Sometimes
every day.
The chain snaps as well. It's down for a very long time.
Never opens on time.
No,
I love how Harry and Sam are just casually deciding what to argue about.
Great.
It happens a lot.
Expedition Theme Park, what do you want to argue about this time? I'll let you choose. That's Harry to Sam in the chat. Like, we need to get you both on this podcast.
Yeah, that's
oh my god, Street Fighter! We just count the rounds off.
I would literally just have verses in the middle, and we would all be in one corner, and it'd just be them two, just like talking.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah. So
anyway,
can
we move on from Thought Park?
Yes, Sean, we can move on from Thought if you want. What do you want to move on to?
So, what you want me to decide what to talk about next?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let me look at my list. Right, we could talk about Europa Park's potential new coaster.
Okay,
which is exciting to me because basically, if you've ever done a Big Dipper or seen a Big Dipper, I've done one, which is Lost Gravity at Wallaby Holland. It's surprising that they've not been taken up that much because honestly, I loved doing Lost Gravity. At
that looks like such a quirky ride.
It's so cool, man. It's like a mix between obviously it's got the wing element to it, but then it's like a bit of a Gerstlauer type of like infinity coaster type deal. Really compact. They honestly the operations when I went to Wallaby Holland on that, that is a people eater.
Oh, what did it say, James? What did it say when we did that stream?
I was in that. They were like, they said, was it Scott from Wallaby Holland?
Yes.
He's marketing, isn't he? But he said they got some ridiculous, 1,500 people per hour.
Every 15 seconds, a train was.
Every 15 seconds. And I can attest to that. It was so rapid, getting them trains out. So it's really good contender. But so the difference with this one is it's going to be launched. Apparently, so that's really good. That's going to make it more desirable to parks, I hope, and people will take it up because it is very different to anything else I think out there. And it was my second favorite coaster at Wallaby Holland, obviously Untamed being first.
Better than Goliath then?
I think so. Yeah, I thought it was just so fun. Like I did it more than Goliath. So I'm not making a conscious effort, conscious decision saying it's better than Goliath, but I did it a lot more than I did Goliath. So
Harry in the chat saying he was upset about the news for Europa. I think I remember him saying in the Coasterbot Discord the other day. I think he was angling towards an extreme spinner, maybe.
I mean, I can see that because they
maybe replace Euromir.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at it, I think if you look at it from because the way I'm looking at this news is I'm just happy that this type of coaster is being developed by Mac.
Yeah,
not really thinking about in terms of Europa Park's lineup, which is not even though it's obviously such a beautiful park, I've never been there, but it does need something just something different, So I can see that argument, but I just want to see more Big Dippers personally. I just think they're fun.
To be honest, like I said off the top, Lost Gravity and the other one they've made, Dynamite. I can't remember the name of the park.
They both in America. It's like the US, isn't it?
No, it's in Germany.
Was it in Germany?
Yeah.
I never even knew this existed. It just kind of flew over the top just
never did I. But yeah, a lot of people. They just look like such a deviation from conventional sit-down coasters. They just look interesting in that sense. How they would place amongst, good to great to world-class coasters, I don't know because I never obviously never ridden one. But they look really interesting. I do hope we see more of them pop up.
I
could work well in the UK parks.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think it would because like, you know, not getting into like too deep to what we have, but we do have a lot of just unconventional coasters. Over here.
So when I rode Lost Gravity, it felt like obviously it wasn't like the Smiler, but it felt like riding an infinity coaster. But like when you're on the edge, like when you got nothing, it's like a wing. It's so bizarre. Like, and I loved that feeling.
I mean, if the Loopings group sort of had the money to do that, something like that would fit really nicely into kind of sort of Drayton Manor as like a brand new film edition. And again, it was something different, you know, which would fit in with the park. So
I'd love to see that. And the fact that sticking a launch on it opens up a lot of opportunities for UK parks as well, who can't build high. So
or have a small footprint as well. Like it's kind of like Max El Loco model. Like it kind of feels like it's going to fit in that kind of market where it's going to be not a big footprint. It's not going to cost too much money for parks, but you can design it so it could be a clone of Lost Gravity, but it can have so much different theming that it just adds to it. And you could just you know, I could probably see that happening a few times across the parks, to be fair.
So Coaster Bot said, I worry that Blue Fire will be too similar to the Big Dipper. I find that Lost Gravity had barely any positive forces. The first half has loads of negatives, but the second was a bit lackluster. But also Harry doesn't like Taron, apparently. So. No, actually, he does like Taron. He rips on it, but it's still like his number 5 coaster. So.
I think it's in his top 3. I think
it's
number
in the top
3.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this, Sean, today.
I got that sass on me, but no, I hear what you're saying.
It's all that road rage.
I do hear what Harry's saying. That the fact that you have got Blue Fire in the same park where it's like a launch. But for me personally, after doing Lost Gravity, it's very different to like just a standard Mac launch. It just feels different. You got smaller trains. It's like I say, it's more like an infinity coaster than like a Mac launch. So I just feel like there's
just the transitions and the way it can articulate and navigate. It looks much more whippy in places. I think that'll be how it can differentiate itself quite considerably from Blue Fire.
But
he's saying
I've not done Blue Fire, so I can't comment on it. But we'll make them assumptions.
I can't wait to get
assumption cast.
Yeah. Taron's in his top 3 and Rita's his number 1, he says, so that's weird.
Oh, Rita's number 1. That's so surprising.
There it is.
That's so surprising. Yes. Hot news.
Hot news,
Speaking
of no news, let's talk a bit about Flamingo Land's coaster. Right. Yes, see, this is the point, right?
I forgot that existed.
And this is the point. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let people sit on that for a minute. Like, there's nothing of it.
I am boycotting Flamingo Land until they open it. Like, I want to go back, but I'm just saying, like, they need to open it.
Like,
is there like a legitimate problem with it or something? Because I know it's a second-hand coaster. But,
weird.
No, I'll tell you what the problem is.
They're just taking ages to build it.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
It's cursed.
It's cursed.
It's literally cursed.
It was destined for 2 parks. It's never actually ran like as a open coaster. It's cursed. Like they've bought like some voodoo coaster, man. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
John Ward is stabbing a track just like some.
Now all I need to do is theme up to that, and we'll have a good coaster.
I mean, me and Mikhile and my other friend Luke, you know, we all went the other week, and that ride now.
You said my other friend, like I didn't go to high school with him.
There's obviously there's Luke there. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, guys. But you know, we went, and it's looking in a really sorry state. There's weeds everywhere. It's looking untidy. It's just not good. And the park need to book their ideas up and do something with it. But they also need to let us know what's going on with it. And I think that's the main issue. Is the fact it's just nothing.
It's not on until next year.
Make a good climbing frame for the kids at the moment.
At this rate, it probably will, yeah.
He said flamingo sauce, which was funny.
Flamingosus. That's what we've all been calling it in the CoasterBot Discord.
I was like flamingo sauce.
What I will say about just to attest to the point about them being basically just transparent about the status of the coaster. This is what parks get lauded, like parks that aren't, you know, your top players, like your Towers, Pleasure Beach, Thorpe over here, you know, the ones over in the States and in Europe, whatever. Parks that aren't like, don't, you know, compete in that kind of, in that like just level sort of. They get lauded for how consistently transparent they are in their communication with the guests.
Yeah.
Like the best example I can think of is when for Hollywood Nights, the enthusiast event at Holiday World earlier this year.
Kentucky Kingdom is so good on their socials, just like
but like
hilarious.
So like I can't remember how many days before the event that this happened, but a problem with one of Thunderbird, their wing coasters, footers, was identified, and the Thunderbird unfortunately wasn't available for the entire weekend. And obviously, like, Thunderbird is one of Holiday World's main coasters. Instead of the park just being, you know, just quiet about it and trying to brush it under the rug and stuff, they were entirely communicative about it, and just were entirely as apologetic as they needed to be, and let everybody know on, you know, on different social media platforms and stuff that some work is having to be, like, we are deeply sorry, and some work is having to be done on Thunderbird for you know, that's going to take a little while. I can't remember off the top of my head what else they did to, you know, appease the inconvenience on the guests, but like like how just transparent they are about. No one expects parks to be perfect. Like no one expects nothing to go wrong with like any of their attractions or anything.
No, not at all.
But it's on parks to just be sincere and be genuine with and honest and open about what is going on with the status of coasters that people are expecting to be available on the visit.
Yeah.
Well, Mikhile, like I've said before, it just doesn't make business sense just to keep everyone in the dark. If nothing else, if you don't care about the people coming to your attraction, you don't care about enthusiasts, whatever, it doesn't make good business sense to not tell people when this attraction is going to be open. To buy something, install it, and then that's it, makes no sense whatsoever.
And to flip it onto the other side, like you're seeing the negative effects of that with how cagey and discreet the SeaWorld parks and the Busch parks are being about their rides being closed at the moment. Yeah. They're not giving. You can
almost like forgive. Well, I won't say forgive SeaWorld, but it's like they're a massive corporate entity that, you know, that the people at the top are like, no, we're not going to open it. Flamingo Land are like a small park.
Yeah.
Or they don't need to give us an opening date. They just need to say, look, we've had a really tough time over COVID. It doesn't make financial sense for us to open, but it will be open next year, and that would just be like, okay, fine, that's good.
Yeah. Next year,
but
that's
leaving us on like
Land, right?
Yeah, like just leaving us on tender hooks is just frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just one of them, really. But I'm
like Valhalla, just let us know when it's opening. You know, it makes no sense what they're doing.
Well, no, they can't really let you know when it opens because then they're
locked into that date.
They don't know, but they can say they know that it's going to open.
What I meant was like just say it'll be opening next year. That's what I meant.
No, they said it will open next year.
Valhalla. It's opening next year.
No, I meant Flamingo Land should just do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
No.
Even on the map, it just says coming soon. There's no definitive, you know, it could be 2022. No, it just says coming soon. So that's all you're getting at the moment as well. It just makes no sense.
Is it going to get repainted, or do you think they're not going to bother?
It's on the plans to be repainted, and as far as I'm aware, it's still happening. But
that picture that you shared of the 3-4 different colours on it,
yeah.
But it did look like a primer layer and then the colour layer on top of it. So it looks like they were just doing a test patch.
Yeah, definitely.
Then he realised, it's going to look like Icon and the big one in one because it's got
especially
a
if
Union
you put those
Jack.
trains on with them flipping Union Jacks on. Yeah, it's definitely going to look like that.
The front of the train.
Is that seriously gonna? Is that what's on the train?
I really hope it doesn't happen personally, but if they do, then
Brexit coaster.
Brexit the ride, sponsored by Boris Johnson. But
if you're going to do it, just go all in on it and do it.
If you're going to go all in, sponsored by
the ride.
Boris the ride.
Oh,
forget that. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go too deep into that one.
No, definitely not.
Speaking of deep, Abyssus. There you go. It was a segue.
Hey,
segue.
Yeah.
Deep in the
what does everyone
shallow,
think of...
almost non-existent waters.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. It's not that bad. The ride itself
no. I wasn't even saying that. There's no water where there's supposed to be water.
Maybe there's a water shortage. I mean, they are next to a farm, so I mean.
I just think with Abyssus, like away from the layout and stuff, like before, let's just get into like the whole what we've been saying privately between ourselves. And
stuff. We did a cast on it and we talked about
we did a little bit, but it wasn't fully done like it is now.
Yeah.
It's just like, don't make your concept art look better than what you're actually going to deliver. Like it's it puts. I just thought it was going to be like you know how obviously I haven't been to the park, but I've seen loads of vlogs, pictures. Like Zadra is like lightly themed. They've gone a little bit. I just thought with Abyssus they were going to be like, okay, this is where we go, like more, and they gradually get better, and I'd be happy with that. But it's kind of like the concept art really got my like hopes up. I was like, this looks incredible.
See, the thing with that is that the theming pieces from the concept art are there.
Yeah,
it's the quality of the material. They clearly went super cheap with the manufacturing, like the fabricating and manufacturing of the theming pieces and just the quality of the buildings and stuff. Like you can see it in the walls. It looks like wallpaper. Like,
do you know what company ended up doing it?
I don't know what company it was, but it wasn't Eurovision who did the concept art and the master planning for it. That's why the concept art looks so good, because it was such a reputable company in Eurovision that did it. But it wasn't the same company that fabricated and manufactured all the pieces, all the real life pieces that are going into the area. Because Eurovision's work, which is weird to me, because like Eurovision do that, they offer that as a service, and Eurovision's work looks like a ton better than, because a ton higher quality, a ton more authentic.
If they released it and I just saw it and I hadn't seen the concept, I'd be like, sick, looks great. Like it's what I expect from Zealandia. From seeing
that's my thing. That's what I said.
Like, I would have been like, I can't wait to go do it. But because I saw the concept art, it really got my hopes up. Where I was just like, this looks so good.
So it looks better in person. It's one of those things, and sometimes you'll see pictures and you're like,
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping it does. But that's pretty much what I said. Like the discrepancy between the expectations that were set by how high quality the concept art was.
But the layout itself and stuff, like I'm really excited for it. Like I'm just loving these, like, you know, new gen Pacomas. They just look absolutely amazing. And I just can't wait to experience them, really.
They look so smooth, so fluid in the transitions as well. Everything is just so fluid. And it just flows so nicely, that ride. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Just going back to the concept art. Did Zadra have any crazy concept art? I'm trying to think.
I can't remember any.
I think
you read RMC and you go, that will do.
But did it though?
That's as far as you get.
Because I remember the first time I seen a picture of Zadra.
I don't think the concept art for Zadra got as much sort of like fanfare online as it did, because like I don't think the company that made it was like that was made public. It might have been, I don't know if it was, I didn't see it, but I think there was some concept art, but it didn't really hit the sort of like online community as much.
The first thing of Zadra that I ever saw was an actual picture of the ride, and I thought it was concept art because it was in the evening and they had all the lights on.
And
that looks stunning.
It didn't look real.
Do you know what? Like, just a little tangent. Like the arguments that I had with my mates when Super Nintendo World opened up.
Oh yeah.
Because like all the pictures from it looks like CGI because the theming was so good.
Yeah,
I was sending it to my mates who are non-enthusiasts, and they were going, "That's concept." That it was like that CGI, and I'm like, "No, it's open to that. Like, that's media." And they're like, "No, look,
that is a human."
Like, they were zooming it right into it and going, "Look at the pixels around the edge. It's fake." I'm like, "No, it's not." There's videos on YouTube of it. Just go look. Like,
that is next level though. Isn't it?
It's a testament to how good.
They're the same people who send you the video of that. You know, when you get that thing that kind of goes up like a drop tear, it goes like that.
Would you go on this then?
That's circulating. Oh my God, would you do this? I'm like, no, because one, it's fake, and two, I'd probably die. So,
amount of people that sent that to me and were like, "Have you seen this?" And I'm like, it's fake.
I definitely would.
Someone asked, Techno Andrew asked, I think it was Techno Andrew who said it.
Conda.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. I apologize. It was Twisted Track that said Abyssus or Conda, from what we've seen.
If I had to,
I don't think any of us have ridden either. So
no, but if I had to,
I'm looking at it though. What if we're saying what I'm more excited for? Conda.
Yeah, Conda.
Yeah. 100% Conda.
I'd definitely say Conda.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks insane.
Hey, Carl. You're right, Carl.
I think Abyssus is just another great like it's what's needed for Energylandia. It's like, it's kind of a supporting coaster for me.
That's what I think. I think seeing, like, when I initially saw it, I thought it would be contending with Hyperion and Zadra for best, for like, that like a solid top 3, like best in the park. But seeing it test and seeing like people riding it and stuff, just getting a bit more of a general idea of how it's gonna pace through its layout. I kind of think it's gonna be like it's gonna be a good fun coaster, and like you said, a good solid supporting coaster in in that park, but nothing quite on that elite category. I don't think
it's enough. It's enough to draw people in though, because it's still these new gen Tacomas are just still very like people are still very kind of like, oh, what's it going to be like?
There is still quite the discrepancy in their coaster lineup as well. You've got like Hyperion and Zadra at the top, then like you've got Formula, which looks kind of like quite fun as well, and then
which is better than Hyperion.
And then
you said that, didn't you?
I do. Honestly, this is where I'm coming from here, is that because I really enjoyed Formula to the point that I actually say it's the second best coaster in the park. Abyssus just looks like Formula, but more of it. Like, it's just got so much more going on.
It's why
someone like me, I'd really enjoy it, I think.
It's why it surprised me when they announced it. I was like, I just thought like, like obviously you got the height and it's just more of it, but it's very surprising just to have like the same kind of thing, but just a little bit more. But I think that's just what they're going for, isn't it? At that park, it's just like let's fill it with as much.
It's like the boomerangs. It's like
that's the thing. That's the thing.
Family boomerang over there, and then one where Abyssus is.
That's the thing. That's the thing I was getting at. Like I feel like Abyssus is going to do its job in providing more quality for the supporting cast, basically. Because like I said, it's like Hyperion and Zadra at the top, and then there's like maybe 2 or 3 like fun coasters. The rest of them, what they have, like 17? Is this 17 coasters they have now? It's more than 10. The Mine Train coming
spinning mouse with over the shoulder restraints.
The rest of the lineup looks really not good.
I've heard this from a lot of people who have gone to like Energylandia, going like, I was expecting it to like be like this, but actually way better than I thought it was. And because there's just so much there, it doesn't really matter that there's nothing that it's like It's like, honestly, it's like one of my favorite, well, probably my favorite park in the world is like, everyone knows, it's like Efteling.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the coaster lineup, you go, if you were just a coaster nerd, you'd be like, there's nothing drawing me there that I haven't really done or experienced before. But the park itself has its own kind of feeling. And this is what I'm hearing people say about Energylandia is like, it's quite a nice park. I don't know, because obviously I think Chris is the only one who's been to Energylandia here, but
it's definitely a different. I wouldn't say it's like a nice park as such.
I was just talking about his coastal lineup, by the way.
Yeah, the best comparison I can say is I know it's going to sound completely random, but it has a similar vibe to like Winter Wonderland in London.
Really,
like, where it's like the attractions just feel very sporadic, like them all over the place. There's no layout to the park whatsoever.
Yeah,
and then you got some really nice theming, like with some of the coast, like Zadra looks amazing. Hyperion looks great as well at the station. It's really nice there. But then the rest of it is just a bit all over the place. It's a bit weird park, to be
sort
honest.
of mismatching.
I've heard at some point more of
boosters there, and then water. It's just really random, like the way it feels. Yeah,
I've heard at some point during Energylandia's continued expansion, they're planning to go back into those areas that don't quite feel as together as the area that Hyperion's in, the Dragon Zone for Zadra, and just add more kind of just atmosphere and maybe more theming elements and stuff in there.
That'd be good. Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys had heard anything more about that, but
it rings a bell that you said it. But I have.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what Energylandia kind of reminds me of a little bit? It's like somebody sort of learning like Planet Coaster and sort of building a couple of rides here, and then as they kind of get more advanced with it, building like themed areas, and then thinking, well, no, actually, I'll go back and I'll change that. And it feels like a real life version of that.
It's just like they just created a path, no theming.
Yeah, exactly. Just stick a ride there.
Oh, God, put a light in it.
Yeah, and they went on the workshop for Zadra and Hyperion.
Workshop, yeah.
Drag and drop.
Workshop, right? Just drag and drop them in. Yeah. That's why they look so not like they should be there. It's just
like completely out of place.
The thing is, like for a long time, I was kind of like, I want to go do Zadra, but it's not on my Energylandia is not on my top list to go and do. But the more I hear about Energylandia from people who have been, I've been like, okay, I need to just go experience it for myself and then just like reserve judgment until I go and kind of do it.
Yeah.
Which I try and do anyway. But hopefully.
Yeah. Go for Zadra and then just try and enjoy the rest of the park.
Zadra's enough to get me over that.
That's it. That's what I mean. Like Zadra is like where that's just what I want to go and do, and then I can, because that's the closest I'm going to get to Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
Chris has obviously been to Energyland, as we said, none of us have. Chris, how easy did you find it to actually get to the park from the airport? And which airport do you usually have to fly into? Just kind of get a rough idea.
That is a good question. That's a very good question.
See, we flew to Krakow. So we stopped around that area. I can't remember how we got back. We got an Uber from the airport to the city.
Nice.
Stop there, and then you can actually book basically a coach which comes from the city. There's like a station down there.
Yeah.
Booking the coach was a problem because it was one of these where you had to use like this really strange app. I can't think what it is. But like we had a lot of problems basically paying it because it was English and everything was in like Polish and everything on this app, so we just didn't know what it was doing.
Yeah.
So we had to get the receptionist at the hotel to book us the tickets. We gave them the money, and we got the coach from there, and it was literally 45-minute drive from there on the coach.
Brilliant.
It's a nice journey, yeah.
Quite close by then, in that case, by the sounds of it. That's quite good.
That's not too far, is it?
Yeah. Nice little drive, very, very scenic actually, a lot of countryside around.
Yeah, I was going to say, like from some of the pictures I've seen, we were talking about this in our chat, like everyone was like, check Zadra out. And I was like, wow, look at the farms in the back. There's just so many farms like surrounding it. Like There is a farmer
checking out the grass.
So much money. Like the farmer there is, they're like, we want to buy this like square patches of land in like an app, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, the app where you like buy an extra square to build things on. The farmer's just like, yeah, take that square, it's fine. And then the next ride goes up, and then it just takes over. That's kind of what it feels like. But it's funny you say that all the countryside's like surrounding it, because I always kind of like pictured it more towards the city side of things, but.
It's quite quiet the way, to be honest.
I saw that picture from. I don't know if you were just saying it, but I saw a picture from Abyssus, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I thought it literally looks like you're in Alton Towers.
It does look like it's pretty much in the middle, because like there's Krakow and then there's Katowice, isn't it? Where Legendia is. It's like Energylandia is like slap in the middle of both of those. It's like an hour from each, right? Something like that.
Blackout.
But by the way, people in the chat, if you want us to talk about anything, just comment in it, because we might. Cause so much has happened since we last did a podcast. That,
speaking of,
that we might have forgot something.
Yeah. Speaking, did you get to go to Legendia as well when you went over there, or did you just go to Energylandia?
No, unfortunately, the way we booked it, because Legendia was closed on some dates and Energylandia was open on others. It was just a matter of basically the one day went to Energylandia. And the first day we wanted to explore Krakow. Basically, it's a really tough choice, but I ended up thinking like I can get to Legendia another time. So I am gutted, because to be fair, the only reason I want to go to Legendia is literally for
we all know what it is.
I feel like it'd be a bit of a waste of the day, sadly, but I mean the park's probably fine. Like I've seen vlogs and it looks good, but. It's it's either an entire day exploring Krakow, which is a beautiful city.
Yeah,
and then traveling all that way to the park to travel back, and then that's it.
No, that's
nice. Fair. Speaking of Efteling, they're doing a competition at the minute, to win free tickets, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
Check out the website.
Nice.
On the website.
On the website, yeah.
Cool. Check it out. Yeah, that's cool.
Check it out.
So are we going to talk about all of the random ass breakages that happened?
The
Pablo list.
Welcome to the Pablo section.
Yeah.
I don't get that reference, but
I'll
run with it.
It might be old news to some people. It might be old news to some people, but it happened is it like 2 weeks this has all happened, or 3 weeks? I don't know, but
something like that, yeah.
El Toro had a derailment, which was very surprising. Like, it's crazy. It wasn't like disastrous. There's people on it smiling and got that when it happened. Sheeran Timbers had a crash. Basically, just was launched off the brake run by what I think Mikhile will probably know better about it, but from what I read, it was like basically just was sent off the brake run into the parked up car. Like, so it's just bad operations, really, which from that park, like, is, from what I hear, is like not really that surprising. What else have we had? Tatsu had a fire.
Tatsu was indeed on fire.
Steel
Hawk at Indiana. Steel Hawk at Indiana Beach had
insurance job
as well.
What was that, Mikhile?
Steel Hawk, the SNSL loco, I think had some kind of collision as well at Indiana Beach.
Oh no,
I don't like them.
This is crazy how all this has happened in such like a short amount of time. Like all these crazy things.
Is it due to, like, I know it sounds
Skyrush as well? Sorry.
Everything becoming busy because it's like turning to the
it
holidays.
Could be, and the
Just,
fact that like America, especially, are having like a lot of difficulty staffing the parks. Yeah. Like they're like I think that some of them are like almost half the staff of what they should be. So that could be a thing, is the fact that a lot of the staff at these parks are like doing double the amount of work than what they should be doing. And it's just causing people to just, I don't know, but derailment on El Toro, that could be a maintenance issue, that there's like less maintenance people. But normally maintenance people are like hired full time. I'm guessing.
So, like, it's a weird one. It's a weird one because what I've been hearing is that the the chassis partially sort of like separated from the body of the last car on the train.
Wow.
So like there's been a lot of talk from people saying that one of the wheels just wasn't in the right place that it was supposed to be, as trivial as that sounds, but that it seems like
the wheel alignment
something like that, and it something may have caused the like the chassis to kind of just separate itself from the back of the car. The New Jersey like the state of New Jersey did confirm it as a derailment, but at one point the park was saying it wasn't. So
it looks like a derailment to me.
Yeah.
See, there's a very similar incident happen on in some ways. It is a very similar coaster due to the way it's very heavy on, like, you know, negative G forces, and this is what I'm thinking, has this had an effect on the way these wheels are, you know, kept to the train basically? But like Expedition G-Force had a similar experience like a few years back, didn't it? That derailed. Again, Intamin coaster, very, you know, negative G's airtime heavy. Do you reckon that they're quite like basically the experience of that coaster, because it's so heavy on negative G's, has an effect on that, do you reckon?
I mean, it could over time. But you'd think they'd replace like all of the parts, and it just.
I think it just comes down to the way Colossus was treated as well. Was like, I think the way that these coasters were sold was like, I just think they were missold by Intamin, and I think a lot of the parks just thought we don't have to upkeep them like normal wooden coasters.
Yeah.
And I don't like. I feel like there's two problematic coasters now from this same, like, you know, that they were just like missold, going, no, you need to just, it's fine. And like I think El Toro probably just suffered the same fate that Colossus could have eventually.
I was about to say like with El Toro, with the case of El Toro, I think that was the case in the sense of how the trains were being taken care of, because I do know that Six Flags Great Adventures maintenance team do retrack El Toro's track themselves. Like that is a thing that they have the facilities to do, like on site. With the trains, however, I'm not entirely sure, but I have heard just like those trains have been in a bad way for a while.
But surely, like, if you're like, if the wear on the train shouldn't happen unless the track, like, there's something. Like the way it's designed,
something untoward with the track.
Something's causing that stress, and the train shouldn't go through that much like wear and tear. In my mind, I'm probably wrong, but there's something causing.
No, I do hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking, like, if they are, like, the whole point with like the prefab Intamin is like that it's glass smooth, and it's like, you know, it. Apparently, it's like less.
To some extent, you do still have to, like. I think this is why I think this is why this attests to your point about you know, these coasters being problematic in the sense that they may have been missold. They may or may not have been missold as coasters that you don't have to upkeep as frequent of a level of maintenance on them. I think that maybe they were like the park may have been told that about the trains, and maybe a bit of negligence was at play in terms of keeping like the upkeep on the upkeep and taking care of the trains specifically, because they still do need like the same amount of care. Like
you're still gonna have wear and tear on the trains, on the wheels, on the chassis. You are to different levels, aren't you?
Yeah.
But around the same time, it might have been a little bit before, but Spaceship Earth derailed as well, didn't it? Did you hear about that?
No.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like it's because the way Spaceship Earth is at Epcot, it's like it's one long train, isn't it? That just it's connected, right?
Yeah.
And somehow like one of a couple of trains just like come off the track and was like literally like, hanging over the edge of it.
Oh my god!
How have we not heard about this?
Because a lot of things happened at the same time. Like,
everything just got buried.
It was like that tattoo thing. Like no one heard of it because
I didn't know that.
So much other stuff was like going on. At the time.
Like, and this is what I was going to ask at the top of the subject as well. Like, how much do you accredit just the amount of coverage on the these kind of issues?
Yeah, are we just like? Are we more aware to it?
Yeah. Are these things just? Are we seeing more of it now? Are these things just becoming more visible on the never-ending scope on the world that is the internet?
Yeah, because if I wasn't on Twitter as much as I am, I probably wouldn't know about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
If I didn't listen to all these podcasts I listen to, I probably wouldn't be aware of a lot of stuff either. So it probably is a lot to do with that. The fact that at any one time, there's someone I either personally know or know of has reported on this issue, and then that gets like tweeted around. Maybe it's just that, but I don't know, man. Like that, like El Toro's pretty major coaster, and also like Shivering Timbers is like pretty well known.
It's kind of just like these things are a little too freakish to be just like normally just like, oh well, yeah, that happened.
It's because we live on this alternative timeline there where like COVID happened. We're just living the bad timeline where like the probability of bad things happening are just like heightened. That's probably what
I was gonna say.
Is this a slight Loki reference right here?
On that
That's it. So don't spoil it.
Oh no.
Right. So I was thinking, you mentioned COVID, Dan. Could it be due to the amount of downtime these coasters have been subject to before reopening at like balls to the wall, just trying to put as many people as possible through them? I know obviously limited capacity, but if you've got El Toro in your park, that is the coaster you're going to go to, and it's going to attract big crowds again once it reopened. Do you think that with its downtime and with the maintenance that probably at the start of it, because obviously staff were sent home and the staff were sent back to do maintenance and stuff, but at the start, the original downtime was more than what was anticipated, might have screwed up the maintenance program for the year. They might have missed something or something like that, and that could cause these issues, because it seems to be across many parks that this has happened, and many parks have been closed and reopened. So, Wickerman went down. Nemesis has gone down a lot as well. I'm just bringing it back to the UK. The rides at Thorpe haven't even got going yet. Like it doesn't feel like.
I think with Wickerman's been alright this season. It was last season. It was a bit worse for wear. But that could have been that issue that you're talking about, Luke, because there's a long period where it wasn't being used and stuff. But we can all agree this year Wickerman is like its opening year.
Wickerman's fantastic.
It's just
whatever they did to it.
Maybe it's just their maintenance team getting used to having a Woody in the park.
Yeah,
and
maybe
having to realize how much upkeep they take. But with Nemesis, I'm pretty certain the problem with Nemesis was not the coaster; it was the air gates.
Well, they had the air gates problem, but they also. There always seems to be a world team on standby for Nemesis.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say, I said this in our chat the other day as well. It's like Galactica.
Yes.
Must be such a problematic coaster for that long. Because we were in last time we went on Sunday, right? And it was like 50-minute queue, and we waited 40 minutes because it broke down twice. I looked in that station and I was like, look how many people are in this station, just like trying to operate it. I was like, how for a park, like how does it make sense to have like this coaster is broke? It's just broken. It's the amount of effort it takes just to get that going.
Yeah,
it's sad because I love that coaster so much,
and I hate when they start shouting down the microphone. We always joke about
it's constantly, isn't it? It's constantly
check this seat. It's just crap. It doesn't work.
Issue, please.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the bingo
number 8.
It's literally bingo. I'm just
All clear.
checking them off on my card.
It is literally like walking down the prom in Blackpool and you hear bingo going off.
Out of all the coasters, out of all the rides at Alton Towers, the Galactica team look the most stressed out, like just stressed as hell.
Yeah,
and I just feel sorry for him. And so, you know, I don't know, like that. I think that's got a limited lifespan. Personally, just because I think from an operational point of view, when it's operating, it gets through a lot of people. But
they tried VR, didn't work. They tried rebranded it, didn't work because the coaster's still. At the end of the day, the framework for the ride, you know, the coaster itself, and the technology now is pretty old.
It's like a prototype still.
Yeah,
it was a prototype.
It's literally the prototype flight.
It is.
If there's any secret weapons going to go anytime soon, it's going to be Galactica. No two ways, and especially with an expansion, you know, into that area below, if that is a possibility, which I still think it is, you know, it would be a great way to rebrand the entire area, maybe towards the Phalanx, and obviously expand on that.
That'd be cool.
Or just something brand new altogether, you know.
There's a lot of wasted space around that area in general, though. I think from
massive amount,
where that cafe is onwards, it's just like. I don't know. I feel like you could do so much out of that.
They could, and that part of Forbidden Valley it's never matched Nemesis, never. So like, why don't you just try and?
I think it looks a lot better now. It's all like grown a bit and stuff.
Yeah.
I do think it looks nice. I do like that area around Galactica.
The area around it's great. The area that they've created inside that area isn't on the standard of Nemesis. No,
it's not.
Which is a shame. So, but like Joe said, if Galactica did go, I wouldn't be too upset about that.
And I wouldn't.
Definitely,
to be honest, I really wouldn't.
I love the ride. I love the ride experience.
They would have to have some.
I'm sorry. Have you guys just seen what Lucas put in the chat?
Yeah.
I saw the first time. I was just like, "Where are you going with this?"
You just put stealth everywhere and Inferno, so like, you can't even go there.
Lucas. I was wondering, is he joking? Is he being serious?
He's being serious.
It's really hard to tell, isn't it?
No. I know he prefers Inferno, but like that.
He probably prefers like 13.
There's no way.
Right, if Galactica goes, right, I'd be questioning why Spinball's still on Park, to be honest.
I mean, that thing needs to go as well.
It really works, man. It works.
Spinball's great.
You blow too hard around it falls over, mate. You're just going to be like...
mate, it goes, man. Like, they can operate that.
The weird thing with Spinball, though, is like, if we went back years now, like, as we are now, like, enthusiasts, and if Alton Towers decide to build a coaster, pretty much in front of that area where the Towers is on that field, everyone would be going absolutely mental.
Yeah. So get rid of Galactica, and then get like a gatekeeper.
Mate, you can't complain about
gatekeeper
Spinball.
Under the trees.
You can't complain about Spinball when your channel's called RITA, bro.
We'll have less of that. All right.
We see.
Don't get me
rip
started.
Spinball out. Put like a Lost Gravity clone in. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be good, actually.
And it'd fit as well.
The only thing about Spinball, and it's the same as Dragon's Fury, is they're just noisy. They're noisy.
Really noisy. Yeah, I'm surprised they got away with that ride. With how
they
close
have. It was on a temporary. It's on a temporary like. When they built it, it was like
just like the bars and the stage.
It was like it's not going to be
now.
there for like a long time.
It does. It looks tacky.
It does.
Compared with the rest of the resort, it does.
Compared to RITA, it looks tacky, mate. All right.
Octonauts looks good.
I don't think it looks
compared to RITA, it looks tacky.
But less of that, Mikhile. All right.
I like
Speak up.
Round one.
But RITA looks flipping.
I've got an ally right now.
The only time on the podcast still have one.
I've never trying to get a nice like footage of RITA is impossible.
You have to go on the Skyride.
From the Skyride, from the Skyride, mate. It looks awesome.
You get a launch. That's it.
To be fair, RITA's had a lot of downtime recently. There's been a lot of downtime RITA recently.
I mean,
they got a sweet back row ride on it the other day though, like really sweet.
I just don't think they should have ever gotten rid of Ugland personally.
No.
Like,
I do miss Ugland. That's
like
just memories now.
RITA and that whole area just looked at its best when it was Ugland.
Yeah, looked good.
I used to love
And
Ugland.
now all I see when I go into Dark Forest is just a bunch of scaffolding around RITA's launch track.
Kebab shops.
Don't honestly.
Yeah, you know, I'm not opposed to the scaffolding. I think it ties into Hex very well, and I see Dark Forest as an expansion.
Not on purpose though. That was a complete
I don't know.
accident.
You don't know.
Nah,
you don't know that.
They could do it a lot better.
I don't know.
My problem
They
with
caged up
Dark Forest,
they caged up the catwalk on RITA because the cable.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Snapped, yeah.
But Hex
breaking news.
Breaking news. Not Hex.
No, breaking
13's always had scaffolding around it.
Yes, 13. Yeah, 13.
That's always had scaffolding around it.
So we're just saying that Dark Forest is a building site, like with a lot of scaffolders, just forgot to pick up their equipment.
Archaeology site.
That's what Flamingo Land are doing.
Oh, 3 minutes of 13 and Hex. I get it. I have to wear hard hats to get on it.
No, I think Dark Forest's biggest problem with me is
sign the waiver.
Is there's already a Gloomy Wood, so what was the need in Dark Forest?
Yes,
it's the same.
Yeah,
because it's Alton Towers, mate. That's why.
100% agree.
It's very confusing because it's like, you know, for your average theme park goer, having Gloomy Wood and Dark
Gloomy
Forest,
Wood, and then even
I think Gloomy Wood sounds better than Dark Forest as well.
Yeah.
Gloomy Hollow.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm willing to bet like a bunch of the average park goers probably go to Dark Forest expecting Duel to be there.
Yeah,
because they get the two areas mixed up.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
You got Gleaming Wood next to a Dark Forest. It doesn't, and it's not like close at all. It's on the opposite side of the park.
That's why it's gloomy, mate. That's why it's gloomy. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, just what do you guys think about retracking Nemesis?
It's not needed, mate. I rode it the other day.
No, I know it's not needed now.
It's not needed
to keep it going. Like
it's going to be needed eventually.
Well,
isn't it?
I've not experienced like it had a little bit of issues at the start of the season. I don't know, but I'm convinced it's the air gate issues where they just went, okay, let's just leave them open. I think
it doesn't.
I think it was to do with that rather than the actual ride itself. But since like they've just had the air gates open the entire time. There's not been like
really
it doesn't feel like it's coming to the end of its service life anytime soon.
What I'm trying to say is, would you rather them retrack Nemesis or get rid of it when the time
retrack it? Yeah,
retrack it. 1,000%.
It has too much of an international pull for them. If they got rid of it, they
can't get shut Nemesis.
They would.
They'd need to replace it with something as good or even better.
No, they're way better. They'd have to go way better.
Yeah.
There are still enthusiasts. You can't really speak for enthusiasts in terms of a majority of guests, but like there are enthusiasts, a lot of enthusiasts in the States that still want to one day get over to Alton Towers because of Nemesis.
Yeah. And it's when I went there on Sunday, like the first half of the day was really busy, but then it obviously because of the Euros and stuff, it went really dead. But the start of the day, Nemesis was on like half an hour queue, 40-minute queue all day. So for Nemesis, I'm like, if
I've been seeing constant lines for
if a coaster is still pulling people to go that far over to the park, it's still popular with guests. Like,
definitely.
They wouldn't be going all the way over there.
If it did come to retracking it, the way B&M have developed over the years, their like profiling of elements and everything has completely changed. Will it still feel like Nemesis?
I think it'd be like just new track.
Well,
I reckon it'd actually ride like Monster at Gronerland if they did it again.
No.
Quite worrying.
It'd be the same profile. It'd be the same.
Well, Incredible Hulk. When did that open? Incredible Hulk first opened before
99. It opened with the park. It opened in 99.
Yeah,
99. So not like it's still quite a way after Nemesis, isn't it? Really. So I say that's the only.
I mean, only 5 years.
That's pretty identical, though, isn't it?
Well, they did that pretty well, didn't they? Yeah. To like retract that.
Well, Universal wanted it like for like.
So if Alton Towers, but then it's like, I know we can't go too much into it, Luke, but with what you've been doing,
with
stuff, there's very little
the thing with the stuff.
There's very little like blueprint and data available.
Sounds dodgy.
For Nemesis.
I'm sure B&M would have the
B&M with one of their flagship coasters.
Yeah,
will
definitely.
You'd hope
all
so,
them years
wouldn't you?
later.
They would definitely still have it.
Wardley would have it.
Wouldn't
Where
you
the
if you were that
Stengel would have
company?
it.
Like, you
Yeah,
just keep
Wardley would have
sorry,
it as well.
archive it.
Walter.
Warner
Stengel
Stengel's probably got. No, I'm not going to say that now.
Would you want the vest restraints though?
No,
Like,
you
if
wouldn't.
they
You just literally like for like it.
That literally wouldn't work because of clearance.
Yeah.
No, they could.
Those trains
They could. No, they could. There's enough technology now to go in there, get a laser, and where you can just like. I've seen it on like police programs now, where when there's a murder now, they get this laser thing, and it maps an entire room, and it maps an entire area, and it's so accurate now that they can even find like evidence that they didn't detect when they first like went over it with forensics.
LiDAR scanning.
Yeah, like that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
so
towers have got LiDAR scans. They're all hidden on the environmental scans for the UK. They're all hidden areas.
So they could get it exactly the same, couldn't they? Realistically, they could get it.
The plans will still be in B&M's possession. They'll be in Alton Towers' possession. They'll be in an archive.
They'll be like they'll be handwritten though.
I mean,
with a biro.
They'll be on the back of a fag packet.
On the back of a receipt. Yeah.
Nah, like
the chat's just saying RMC everything. RMC RITA. That's what they're saying.
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't work.
Like a 0G rolling RITA, that'd be quite interesting.
That'd be painful, that.
After the first launch and the first turn, if you had a 0G, that would be pretty cool. Like,
keep those the airtime now. Second bank, then like do like a really snappy like 0G over the top of it.
The thing is, I still maintain like RITA is the closest we have to an Intamin Blitz in this country.
Yeah, it is.
It literally is. Like, there's nothing else.
Feels a lot like Taran's second half for a short space of time.
For a little, little time.
Yeah,
like,
I think
it's to it. Yeah.
This is
I
so
think
depressing.
It's different.
So what you're saying is
RITA offers something different to what Stealth does. Like,
we're saying RITA's Taran's back end. That's what we're saying.
Well, 2 bank turns off Taran.
And a brake run. Yeah.
And a duck on the roof.
Yes, a duck on the roof.
Oh my god.
Well, you
can't help you
now. You can't complain because we can't go to any other country right now. So I'm gonna ride RITA and pretend it's Taran.
Yeah.
That little, the little bit that's painted black. That little bit that's painted black at the top of RITA. That's Taran.
Yeah, that's that bit there. I can just.
You can take a picture of that, like from a weird with a zoom, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm at Taziland."
Welcome to Taran's back end. You must escape.
You gotta escape.
What have we got in the chat then? Do you guys want to go through the chat and see what is if there's anything?
You can. Has anyone got any information on Wilderfest? Because I know that's a thing that's happening, but I've not really looked into it too much.
What's that?
Where?
Wilderfest. Chessington's new kind of summer event where it's
Park
like
vibes but with animals.
Mate, it looks so much better. Like they've got like an actual like festival stage and they've got like acts playing that are like named after like bands, but like
Led Zebra.
I think it's going to be
playing a bass guitar like a guitar.
I'm a big fan of
Led Zeppelin.
I think Chessington is a great park. It's really like nice. I just got a nice vibe to it. Chessington has, hasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I love Chessington. It's so nice.
And I think just having some entertainment on a stage at Chessington, like some proper, like I know they've always got that stage by like where Crop Drop is and stuff, but this is going to be, isn't it going to be like on the field? Or something, or is it going to be on the main stage?
I think it's main stage. It looked like the main stage area from the advertisements that I've seen.
I'm not too sure. I'm not looked into it too much.
That is quite a big area.
Nothing about this.
Like if they clear that, the area out that's there would be a really big space for that. It'd be cool.
But I just think it's going to have
Lady Rara.
Lady Rara.
Yeah, nice.
But like I think I always have a good time at Chessington. You got a good ride line up there.
There's always something to do.
there's always something to do, and it's one of them parks that I feel like when you've done a load of rides, you forget that there's other things there to go and do, and then it's that.
I always forget there's a zoo there, and
yeah,
Safari. I always forget about Safari as
do.
well. Like I love that ride; it's so fun.
Yeah, Suvari is funny,
Monkey Swing is my favourite.
Yeah.
When they get the fountains back on.
Yeah.
Oh god, the water jets on Monkey Swing.
No. Do you remember that, James, from that event we did? They turned them on before we moved.
I want to say that hotel looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks like one of the best hotels in the theme park.
That looks really
country, definitely.
Yeah, backs out onto
the views you get.
Yeah, backs out onto where the giraffes are and stuff.
Yeah,
is that right?
giraffes and some like wildebeest or something.
Wow.
Yeah, we should have stayed there instead of the Premier Inn.
Yeah.
Talking about Chessington, Techno and Drew has asked, what do you guys think of Chessington launched B&M Wing Shuttle? You might have covered it. I will say now, it's not going to be...
That was RITA.
Yeah, there we go.
3, 2, 1.
It's not gonna. I don't think it's definitely not gonna be a B&M wing coaster.
It is.
It's not. It
works. It works.
They have not got the space.
I proved it. It works.
They've not got the space, right? And the amount of noise that makes is not going to be approved. Like it's just not. It's not. Even if you fill it with sand, mate, it's not happening.
I mean,
fill it with concrete.
Have you heard Dragon's Fury?
Yeah, but that was already built. That's already pre-approved. We're talking about
this will just be a harmony of Dragon's Fury. It'll just be both of them like. In
I think that the what we've seen is just
an idea.
An idea.
Yeah,
I think the whole station. I don't think it's going to be a wing. I don't even think it's going to be a wing.
I don't think it's going to be
an idea
a
though. Have you seen that family coaster? I can't think for the life of me who makes it or what the name is, but it's like a wing coaster where there's 2 cars suspended on the side like that.
Golden Horse.
And it's like, I don't know what it is.
Oh, like, I know what you mean.
Almost like a shuttle coaster, but a wing coaster. So like you got the middle and then there's 2 shuttles.
Yeah, the thing in the middle looks like a stalk, doesn't it? Like a big stalk.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is it something
the RCT
like that?
ride? Yeah.
Yeah, like
that. I know what it's going to be. Not the manufacturer, but I know what it's going to be themed after. But that's as far as I know about it. So I just don't think it's going to be. It's definitely not going to be a B&M.
I cannot see a B&M.
Why would Chessington
go into a park?
Why would Chessington build a B&M? Why would that? It's so expensive.
It's coming home. It's coming home. We're having a B&M at Chessington.
It's not happening.
He said it's coming home.
I'm having it, man. Maguire top bag, boom. It's coming home. Like, come on.
It'd be interesting to cover it when they announce a B&M.
Yeah, and I go, yeah.
Does it be able to compete with Thor?
Nah, I just think B&M are just a solid choice for any park, especially if you've got money.
They're a safe choice.
RMC,
safe choice.
But like Chessington,
and that's what's crazy about
it.
No,
it's not happening, man.
Sean's face.
It's not.
It's happening.
Chessington,
I'm standing by it until that.
Okay. Sam Costello says, reckon they'd get a Mac.
No,
reckon they'd get a Mac.
I think Vekoma. That's what they're going to get. They're going to get a Vekoma.
Vekoma family coaster.
I could 1,000% see a Vekoma.
I love this.
I think
I'll put a tenner on B&M right now.
Like that's not a bad thing. Like
it's been blitz, mate.
Not a bad thing.
Coaster Connection does have a good point, saying, "I really don't see it being a wing coaster. The gates and the concept art are most likely there, just because of the train passes through the station."
This is what I'm saying.
The concept art is a load of crap.
I personally do not.
The concept art is a load of crap.
It's an idea. I don't think it's going to be a wing coaster.
So it's probably a gate on the other side, so that once they offload, they can stop people from coming back in for a higher
Sam's
speed
nailed
pass.
it.
Slinky Dog Dash.
Winged Slinky Dog Dash. Yes, please.
If they announce like a multi-story carousel or something,
they should be sharing plans early.
I'm gonna love it.
I wish we named our episode so we could call this one multi-story carousel.
I can. Screwy Loops returns. Multi-story
carousel.
No, I'm standing by it. B&M. I put my money where my mouth is.
You're gonna put money on it.
I'll put tenner on it.
I will go.
How much money would it? How much?
A tenner. I'll put a tenner on it right now.
All right.
10 quid.
Okay, let's go out.
Mate,
Mikhile, what do you reckon it is?
mental. If you think of B&M, it's going in Chessington.
How many people are in the chat?
Everyone put a tenner in.
Everyone put a tenner in, and if it's B&M, I win. Right? That's it.
I reckon it's going to be a Coma family boomerang. I really do.
I don't think it's going to be a B&M.
I don't think it's going to be a boomerang. I think it's going to be a new gen for Coma. So I think it's going to be something, possibly even something we don't know what Coma are working on at the minute.
It could be also something we've never heard of. Because it is.
Although it does look, whatever it is, it looks like it has an inversion in it.
British rail.
Mark 2.
Ultimate.
Make the comeback.
The ultimate is coming to Chessington.
The ultimate.
Yeah, in recycled steel. Like that's the only way it's getting there.
It's gonna be
as new
monorail.
freestyle machines, maybe, but not as a coaster.
But like, if you think about it, like it's gonna. We
the
know that
sequel nobody asked for. If I put out my head of what I know it's going to be themed to, but we know that it's going to be themed to Amazon in some way, don't we?
Yeah, it's like a massive
Amazon Prime.
Make it a Togo.
Amazon Prime the ride.
It's going to be a lorry. It's going to be like a lot. Like
next day delivery of B&M track. Where have you
revive Togo. Revive Togo just to get.
Oh my god!
It's gonna. I don't think like
That's
they're
just
gonna.
reminded me of
They're gonna
something,
theme a winged coaster to like a in the Amazon unless they have like a flying bat. Like it's
flying
flies backwards.
Mythica in real
Parrots,
life.
mate. Parrots.
Parrots?
A B&M at that park just makes no sense to me.
I know,
whatsoever.
and that's why I like it.
For Coma flying coaster would make more sense.
That's why I like it. I like the idea of a B&M at Chessington. I think because it was like supposed to be the big theme park at the start of it all. If they get a B&M, that's gonna be so
like a nod back to that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Someone said it'd probably be like Icebreaker at SeaWorld.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd be happy with that.
Possibly, I don't think.
But with B&M track.
I don't think they would go to. I don't think they would go to.
And RMC Gates.
Like
a Skyrocket 2 custom.
I don't think they would go to Premiere for a coaster like that, but I could see them go. I could see them going. The reason why I pointed out Sam Costello's question about it, reckon it could be at Mark, because I was thinking like Manta at SeaWorld San Diego, like a family style launcher like that. Obviously, I don't know how much space they have to play with. I don't know if it.
What's the USP with that?
People who are saying,
but something like that I could.
Yeah.
Something like that I could see at Chessington. For sure.
People in the chat who are saying it's going to be some kind of boomerang. It's not. Like the layout of it. Ignore the layout. It's just a demonstration to get the permission. Like it's not. I don't think it's going to be any type of boomerang.
And we have to be like, you have to think realistically, isn't it? Let's think realistically about what they'll get.
B&M.
RMC.
Realistically.
Surf coaster.
But realistically, Chessington have the money because they are a very popular park. Like, if you go there, they are as busy as Legoland. If you go into Legoland they are a very popular park. Probably more popular than Thorpe Park.
Yeah,
with the families and stuff.
I would say that.
So I think they have the money. So that's that's why my money is on Vekoma, because we have to get this out of our heads that Vekoma is cheap. It's not. They're raising their game to like massively to like Intamin standards, B&M standard. Well, maybe not B&M standards, but they're raising the game. So I think I will put my money on a Vekoma.
I could see it being a Vekoma.
I think it will be.
I definitely could.
B&M Surf Coast, theme to Lion.
Luke cannot get out his head. It's going to be a bit.
I can see it, Vekoma. Let's give it.
If that track turns up on them lawns,
beefy tracks.
Wait, so is this bet in place?
This bet's in place. This bet's on the table. It's down.
I'll give it 20 minutes until Luke's in planet in.
He's gonna make it.
In this coaster.
I've already done the winged one, but I'll do another one.
It's going to be called the Road to Happiness. That's what it's going to be called.
the raw to happiness. It's going to be female lion, isn't it?
Flight of Happiness.
Like, I wonder if it's going to be like, because obviously Merlin have just done Mythica, which was absolutely stunning from what I've seen. I can't wait to do it. Actually, Yeah, it just looks amazing.
Lucas, but we're ruling out a family Woody.
I could see that.
Nah.
Like,
nope.
Why not?
Too much maintenance, not enough team. Don't think they've got enough team down there at Chesington to look after a Woody.
Maybe not now.
I don't think so. Not a Woody.
They could.
What
Lucas said they've also got a lot of funding recently because of a certain resort in planning.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They've got
B&M.
Get a Woody.
Competition.
A B&M that we've never seen before is going to happen at Chesington. That is my prediction.
A B&M looks like a Vekoma.
Nope, something we've never seen before. Nope.
And rides like a Vekoma.
Nope.
Is there a B&M family coaster? I'm sure I've seen one somewhere.
It's called Oblivion.
There's a family invert.
It's got Oblivion.
It's Oblivion. Yeah. Yeah, there is a family invert. You're right. It's two seats across. Is that right? Am I right? I think I'm right.
Yeah. I'm thinking if you want to
would
get
they
a
get an
family
invert
invert,
with
get the
Vampire
Vekoma
Big
one, yeah.
No, they wouldn't. They would get a B&M that no one's ever seen before because it's Merlin.
Luke, you got to let it die.
No,
we can't. He's too invested now.
Yeah.
This is the new Peach Fanta. Chesington is getting a B&M. That's happening.
The investment is real, mate.
It's right on cue. There he is. Yeah. No. Right. Joe, you've got something that's coming up soon. Do you want to talk about that?
Indeed, I do. Yep. So on the 25th of July, TPI will officially turn 2 years old, which to be itself is absolutely mad. And the growth has been incredible over the last 2 years. So anybody that is watching that does support us, guys, thank you so much. It means the world. And to celebrate, we have a brand new giveaway live now on the page. So what we've done is we've got a few little bits of merchandise. It's not massive, but of course it's something free. And we've got a Staff 2011 Alton Towers pin badge. We have the 40th anniversary duel with Henry the Hound and the 40th anniversary pin. And then we also have a Oktoberfest Stein. Why not? If you want to be entered to win, then all you have to do is go onto the page. You have to like and follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then basically share the post and comment done once done. You can also do that on Twitter and Instagram as well. But guys, get it in. You have up until 5 p.m. on the 25th of July to do so, and we'll be picking a winner the exact same day on the second birthday. So guys, you got to be in it to win it. There we go.
Yeah, really nice stuff.
To win it. Where have I heard that from?
To win it.
A lot of things, mate.
Every 90s game show that ever existed.
That's
right. Step on down.
Fairly certain that's also the national lottery. So.
A cuddly toy.
I think that it's going to be the new B&M at Chesington slogan. Like, I think that's
got to be in it to win it. Love it.
I've just lost a tenner on her. That's what's happened.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched. Chris, thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to your content you've got coming up. Can you give us
Thank you very much.
any kind of vague idea when you might be posting something on your channel?
Possibly in the next week. I'm going to start. That's the
yeah,
key
start.
word.
It's a good thing. Start.
I don't want to rush anything. Like I'm
yeah.
thinking I'll do a video this weekend, but I've got nothing on paper. So
Yeah.
I just want to get back into the rhythm. And I will.
Yeah. Don't be too precious. Just whack something out, bro. And
Whack something out.
Whack something out.
Back into it, man.
Yeah, do it. Anybody else got anything to plug at all? You got any vlogs coming up, Sean, or anything?
Going to Oakwood tomorrow.
They need to follow you on Instagram then, right?
Speed is amazing.
Speed is fantastic.
Looks good.
I can't wait to see. Do a live. I'll do a reaction story on Instagram when you get off Speed, please. So I can see
maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see like.
It looks good.
Brace yourself. It's really intense. Yeah.
It looks so good. I'm so looking forward to it.
Do we want to talk about the random Blackpool plans that we've evidently made on Twitter?
Mate, I've got so many Blackpool plans. It's like multiple dates. I've got.
It's like we agreed on so many within the space of like a week.
Yeah, so we're going to August, aren't we? At some point, when I don't know when.
21st.
21st. Yeah.
I'm going for my birthday weekend. So my birthday is 22nd. So 24th.
I'm most likely going to tag along to that.
24th.
I'm doing lots of work things, like for
first
a lot of time.
First late night riding of the year. So actually, of the year, like I haven't been late night riding since 2019. So I'm really looking forward to that. Well, actually, no, technically Oktoberfest. I think that was like late night riding. So no, ignore what I'm saying. Yeah. But anyway, a lot of Blackpool plans. I'm on top of the PB weekend as well.
Hell yeah, insane. That's a thing. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
So good.
Yeah.
September, right? That's gonna be insane. I come back from a little trip to Cromer with Danielle, like literally the day before.
Yeah.
So,
a trip to where?
Cromer in
Cromer.
Oh,
where the crabs are from.
That sounds like a European like place, like where they make a beer called Cromer or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice. So I'm looking forward to going down there. It's where she grew up. So, but yeah. Anyway, on the channel coming up soon, we have got more ride sims coming up. Hex stream at some point this week. Also, I have Rock Drop in pretty soon, which is the Metal Skull version of the Croc Drop theme. Worked with Nick on a lot of my music recently, so this one is it's my favorite that I've done without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, look forward to that. That's going to be all over the place probably next week. I got an idea to go through with Chris after this show. So that being said, hopefully we'll see you back on the channel pretty soon, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Again,
yeah. Thank you so much for joining.
Hagrid's, man.
And thank you to everyone who's
sawing
watched,
Rita in half.
Subscribed,
Mikhile.
liked, interrupted.
What's your mouth out?
Stop ruining it.
Sorry.
Outro.
Right? Anyway, for now, I've been Luke. He's been Sean for PARKSPILL. He's been Joe. He's been Aaron. He's been Mikhile. And he's been Chris from SCREWY Loops. And he's been James. Say bye, James.
Bye, James.
We've been CoasterGen Show. I mean, we'll see you next week with Nick Hudson. See you later, guys.